Hey guys, it's Ice. So I wanted to do something a little different for today's video. As you guys have probably already seen or heard, Dead by Daylight released a new chapter, and I've noticed a lot of people do not like the new killer, the Trickster. So I wanted to make a video giving my opinion on the chapter, and also my opinion on a lot of the feedback that I've seen from the community. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion, and this video is not meant to discredit anyone or speak on anyone's behalf but my own. If you guys don't like the new chapter, that's totally cool, but I'm just gonna give my input on a lot of the negative feedback that I've seen the killer getting. So starting off with number 1, he doesn't belong in the game, or he doesn't fit into the theme of Dead by Daylight. Now, the first thing that came to my mind, which plenty of people probably hadn't thought about, technically a lot of killers don't fit into this game. I've seen the community debate countless times about Pennywise not fitting into the game's lore, but to me, killers like Michael Myers, Pyramid Head, and Demogorgon don't really fit into the lore either, which I might make another video on if enough people are interested. Yet, since those are licensed characters, they seem to get some sort of special pass that the Trickster doesn't. A lot of people have also commented on the Trickster's appearance not fitting into the theme of the game, mainly referring to his colorful outfit and him looking like just a normal guy. And honestly, it doesn't make sense to say he doesn't belong in the game for this reason, especially when we have things like this, and this, and this. And those are just few of many of the things that we can consider not fitting into the theme of Dead by Daylight. And a lot of people have argued, well, those are cosmetics, to which my response is, what type of bullshit is that? Because that doesn't change anything. Which actually brings me to my second point. Number 2, he isn't scary. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there isn't really any killers in this game that I find necessarily scary. Although Dead by Daylight is branded as a horror game, the killers themselves aren't really scary. For me, the fear is more in the chase in this game. Now, there are some killers that definitely deserve the title of scary, and sometimes even uncomfortably creepy. Yes, I'm looking at you. We have plenty of killers that wouldn't really be considered scary by the majority of the community. In fact, most of these thirsty gamers simp over these killers, and sometimes it's an unhealthy amount. Like, screw a glass of water, you guys need a whole damn river to cool off. Moving on to number 3, his lore is bad. Now, personally, I think his lore is really good. After getting so many killers from different timelines such as 17th century France and 15th century BC, I find it refreshing to have a killer from a modern era. I also feel it builds more of a relatable character for the community. Someone at the peak of his fame who could have everything he could ever want, succumbing to greed and slipping into madness, developing sociopathic tendencies. He doesn't just randomly become a murderer, but rather had an obsession that drew him to murder. His lore says that he thrived under the attention of others, energized by every eye that watched him and every tongue that spoke his name, saying that no matter how famous he became, he always wanted more attention from the public. It's this obsession to be in the spotlight that drove him to grow jealous of his fellow band members and leave them to die in the burning building. It started his bloodlust and his descent into madness. His twisted psyche viewing the screams of his victims as music, claiming it was one of the most beautiful things he had ever heard. All of which gives people a feeling of remorse for him as they see him slowly lose his humanity. It also explains overall his normal appearance and his interaction with the player as if he was self-aware. He wants to be watched. He wants people to know who he is. And finally, number 4, his power is boring or he's just a discount huntress. When the chapter first came out, even I was saying his power isn't anything new. After seeing the glitched clue that Dead by Daylight released on their Twitter page, I was hoping for some kind of power revolving around glitching or lagging. I even joked that the Trickster was just the result of if Huntress and Legion had a child. But just because it isn't something crazy different or new doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's a fun ability, and at the very least, my friends and I will be enjoying the memes we can make with this killer. And the power itself isn't impossible to counter, even though it does seem a little broken at the moment. And isn't that the whole point? New killers and new perks so we can find fun ways to counter? Given that this video was edited and released right after the PTB release of Chapter 19, chances are anything that's OP to the point it can't be countered in any way will probably be patched by the devs in the future. Since new chapters are always trial and error in the first couple weeks, it's not surprising that there will be a couple OP things, but the power itself is not broken, necessarily. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say on the new chapter. If you guys enjoyed this video, it would help me out a lot if you guys liked it to bring more people to my channel. And please comment down below your opinions on the new chapter and what you want to see changed or implemented. All of my other social medias are linked down below, such as my Instagram and my Twitch, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.